Well, our second time doing a demo on a console, and once again it's a Nintendo one.
Who would have thunk it?
So, question to you, Jordan. How much do you know about Fire Emblem Three Houses?
Almost nothing at all, but because of the title, I'm wondering, is this actually a direct sequel to a Fire Emblem game?
No, this isn't. I've been kept fairly clear in regards to this game for not just for non-spoiler reasons, but for other reasons that I can get into later in this video. But Three Hopes is essentially like a what-if break-off timeline situation regarding the story of the game. Like, some of the basic principles are the same, it's kind of like a Justice Lords versus Justice League situation, if you get my drift.
I don't, but let's go.
Okay. Well, for basic thing, and I guess for the 5 people that exist on the internet that don't know what Three Houses is, latest installment of the Fire Emblem franchise, got extraordinarily successful, top-selling entry in the franchise, and now we have a Musou game that's based in that game's universe. So,
Okay.
Yeah. This is my first ever time playing anything Musou game related. Never played a Dynasty Warriors game, never even played Hyrule Warriors, nothing like that. And I spared myself the frustration of Fire Emblem Warriors, which is not the same as this. Again, something I can get into later. So let's go normal. Fallen use it. Oh, one more thing. This demo's 3 hours long, so
I don't think we're playing the whole thing.
no.
But I would totally say let's play on Classic, because you've played these games before.
Yeah, I started on the Game Boy Advance games, but yeah, but not only is this game 3 hours long, but you also can carry your progress in this demo to the final game, which I'm glad they're adopting Square Enix's demo philosophy. That's always a plus. But the other thing is that you can replay it as much as you can to get the most out of it, and as I said, 3 hours long. But we tend to keep our demonstrations to around half an hour to an hour-ish at most. So,
yeah. I mean, sometimes they run a little long, but we try to keep it fairly standard.
yeah. So I think we're probably going to keep it a bit short on this, but for the most part, we will be giving this as much of a dedicated time as it deserves. Because from what I've been hearing, this demo, from what I see, is actually really well liked. Alright, slow and steady. Take more time to examine strategic information like level up stats, mission briefs, and mid-battle tutorial windows. Quick and effective. Keep the action flowing. Turning off level can change the playstyle at any time in the settings menu. Oh, let's go quick and efficient then. Yeah. So, in Three Houses, you play as a mercenary who becomes a teacher at an officer's academy for students. I won't spoil the full deal, but in this, apparently an alternate timeline exists where the main character of Three Houses turns out to be the villain, I believe. So, yeah, as I mentioned, kind of a Justice Lords versus Justice League situation. Alternate timeline stuff.
Okay. This is the one time where I wish your Elgato actually sent over sound.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, because, so for those that don't know, when I'm streaming this game to Jordan using the, I'm forgetting my words, using my Elgato, it's using it as a camera as opposed to,
Will it never come to an end?
To, straight up using the sound as well. It's really interesting to see this kind of... This is what I picture. Wow. This is really cool.
dope as hell. Like, this is how I wish my D&D nights went, man.
Yeah, instead of it being like a 3-hour roleplay session where you're having a combat against enemies that you've been like getting misses on their AC with all night.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much almost all normal D&D sessions.
At least the rogue didn't steal my shit this time.
Didn't? That doesn't sound right.
Napping around here somewhere. On your feet and back to work already, yeah?
Okay, so you play as basically a new character in this game.
Finally. Come on, Sunshine. Up and at 'em.
Okay, so you have options of dude or dudette. I kind of like both designs, actually.
Prefer the guy, honestly, if only because he won't be getting stabbed in the heart immediately.
But cleavage window, Jordan.
It looks great for the pick side of my Warhammer.
But cleavage window, Jordan. Yeah, I'll go dude. And I'll just, and for
I'm just
name,
saying,
I'll
if you dress like that, I hope they made him a swordsman and her an archer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's going on? What's going on?
Interesting.
Did your head spring a leak while you were napping? Better see if you can even
Well, I mean,
remember
I
your
like
name.
it.
it's fantasy stuff.
It is. Just, huh.
So that's the main character's, like, canonical
Chez.
name. Chez. Chez? Chez?
Cheese.
Cheese. Yes, we'll if there were-
Richard Cheese.
So
We're gonna
let's just
sing some jazzy metal songs at these enemies. Make them question their life.
Wow. Looks like there's hope for you yet.
apologize profusely, feign indignance.
Feign indignance.
Back off, you sack of guts. I'm just resting up for the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the battle's on our doorstep, so you're lucky I like you enough to wake you.
So,
You heard who we're up against,
yeah,
yeah?
you apparently play as a
Gerald's
mercenary
mercenaries.
and or bandit who,
Gonna be one hell of a
Bandit?
fight if true.
Okay, you're actually a
Especially if the
bandit
Passion
here.
Demon is here. Don't like a smidge of what I've heard about that fella. Or was it a woman?
Leave it to you. to
Wait,
fumble the
I think I
details.
also
Did you even
heard
catch
that
this
apparently
action
your
demon's
save in
name?
Fire Emblem Three Houses influences this
Of course I
game
did. It was-
in terms of, like, which
By the gods,
gender
it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Byleth is. Oh, that's gonna be
Interesting.
That's gonna be interesting. Oh, nope, you just choose it. Let's go female. Because people love female Byleth.
It seems to be the preferred Byleth.
Also, not to
Though
mention
I
the
don't know
fact...
what the heck is with the freaking, like, hip window in the back of... What is with these designs?
if anything, I'm questioned more on the length of the floppy sleeve things. Like, literally everything about Byleth's outfit to me is fine, both male and female, except for the unnecessarily long sleeve things that, like they just kind of flap around at the elbow. Like, what? That just only serves to possibly get caught in door handles. Both you and I probably have experience of having belt loops be caught in door handles, or
Yes.
or dangly headphone cords getting caught in door handles. So imagine
Lord,
loose
yes.
sleeves like that. Just
Honestly, the only reason sleeves were usually open
Yeah,
like
that's
that in a
it.
medieval setting for combat
or
was
no
one, so you
demon,
could
our
fit the
job
armor
is to
underneath
fight
it,
and
and
win.
two, so when blocking, you could actually wrap
You
the
sound
sleeve
just like
around
the
your
captain.
forearm
I
and
know they
have
paid up
extra
front,
material
but
to catch the
come
blade of
on.
another opponent.
except that
Well, at
the
least
female
one of you has
version's
some
armor is
courage.
like
You've
nothing.
certainly come a long way since
Which
I
is
plucked
why
you from
I'm
that
like, even
mountain
if you
village.
wrap that around your arm, it's only going
But
to
this
save you
battle
so
is
much.
about more
Yeah.
than just victory.
Though I like this woman's
Gerald's
hat.
team has a sterling
It is a very doofy
reputation.
but likable hat.
Rumor has it they've
I
never
enjoy
blundered
it
even a
greatly.
single job. But
So
once
yeah,
we put
your
them
your
to rout,
dad in Three
we'll
Houses
finally
was
be the
named
greatest
Gerald, which as
mercenaries
soon
in
as
all
I
of
learned that,
Leicester.
Hank texted me and was like,
And
"Hey,
again,
look, your
tonight,
dad's gonna be
Captain.
Geralt."
Looks
and-
like we'll be fighting by
Okay, I like this other woman who
Mind you
appeared in
don't
the
kill each
cutscene
other
who we
in the
haven't
dark.
seen, but looks like she's got, like, the
Wasn't
Greek-style
expecting a
helmet.
fight so soon.
I'm
But I
interested.
guess there's
Yeah,
nothing
there
for
are
it.
some
You ready?
there are some armor designs in this series. I can say that much.
Yeah.
let's try to lighten the
When
mood.
this is over, we'll all greet the new dawn together.
You sure are a cocky little thing. But yeah, all right. I'll be there.
So yeah, you can go through the support conversations in this game. You can go through a lot, considering this is, as I said, 3 hours in
Let's
length.
get down to business. We're up against Gerald's mercenaries.
Okay, but yeah, I've never ever played a Muso game, so please exercise some patience with me, for I am a newbie at this.
You're in luck because I've actually played a lot of Dynasty Warriors.
Okay,
so
then.
if you need help, ask me.
If mid-battle tutorials pop-up is set to auto, only key tutorial pop-ups will be displayed automatically, while others... Okay.
Let's move out.
Yeah, I like Lasley. I think I'm gonna like her design.
Well,
Oh wait, we're approaching her, and I think she has spears. That's good. Spears are good.
They're not putting up much of a fight. Are these guys
There you
new
go.
recruits
Knock
or
them to the
something?
ground.
Guess this means I can mess with them a little.
okay. Myrmidon class action details. Okay, so we start as a Myrmidon, or Myrmidon. Myrmidon? I never know how to pronounce that, because they never say what the title is in this series.
I'd say Myrmidon.
Okay. There we are. Okay, so far so fun.
Yeah, it's literally just hack and slash action. There's hundreds of enemies that surround you. Kill them all.
Cool.
Guess that's that.
And I do
So-
like how they're working their combo chain between like regular and strong. That's pretty nice.
Okay, so I just found out that lock on is clicking in the R stick. That's good to know.
Yep. KH this thing.
Press R quickly to display quick menu. Okay. You cannot use the same combat art or magic multiple times in a row, and instead must wait for a certain amount of time. Using combat arts and magic will reduce your weapon's durability. If its durability gets too low, you will be unable to use corresponding combat arts or magic. Durability will be restored at the end of battle. Okay. So, I mentioned earlier that there was another Fire Emblem Warriors game in the past, and you know, it wasn't like a poorly made game, but it essentially exemplified what a lot of fans like myself who have played the older games and love the older games as much as we do, it exemplifies the issues that we have with modern Fire Emblem,
Can't wait to wrap this up so we can all drive
or like
ourselves
Nintendo's deal with Fire Emblem at this time.
Which is
That due to the success of Awakening and Fates and now Three Houses, as well as like the first Fire Emblem game being Shadow Dragon, they only really gave representation of those in a game that theoretically should have been able to give a good amount of attention to the whole series, like even providing characters like Roy and Ike, who don't even fucking appear in the game as playable characters.
Roy's our boy, after all.
It just baffled me, because I was like, really? Despite Ike being super popular to the point where he won popular character polls in fucking Fire Emblem Heroes, the mobile game, they don't include him in Warriors, like, period.
Yeah.
Not to mention that they made one of the playable twins as main character twins in the game. They made him one of them really, really annoying. Like, really, really annoying. Okay, so stun gauge will display when you land certain attacks on the enemy or when the enemy performs certain moves. The stun gauge displays when hitting an enemy with offensive combat arts or magic. Okay. But yeah, essentially,
Capture complete.
this is giving another lease on life to a Warriors Fire Emblem game.
The captain ran off
Although
the
part of me kind of wishes they just, you know, gave more care to actual Fire Emblem Warriors and gave another shot at it by, I don't know, adding more characters than just Awakening and Fate stuff. It just... Because literally the only...
that Tokyo Mirage session was just a better game in general, and we got SMT Fire Emblem.
Well, the thing about that one is, again, it was Awakening, Fates, and Shadow Dragon characters. Because those are the ones that people recognize the most, despite the fact, you know, they aren't even that popular to actual Fire Emblem fans. They're just popular to Nintendo's fan base at large. So,
Attacking your own dudes.
it's chaos, all right? And I'm talking about Fire Emblem stuff that annoyed the shit out of me.
I'll give you that, but damn.
It's a complex thing being a Fire Emblem fan. Because on one hand, it's great that the series is even getting as much attention as it is, but on the other, it's like they aren't going to acknowledge all the older entries because it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
And
they are definitely showing how bad DRN can be in the digital age.
Yeah. Like, I picture someday that they may do a thing of adding the expansion pack that lets them play GameCube games with their online system, and I already hate that online system with a passion.
No, I literally had to tell, like, Amanda and her family what an emulator was. I'm like, don't pay the extra money for
like
each of these consoles just because you want some N64 games.
Right, and it's like, I understand, like, it sounds weird. We're playing a recent Nintendo game while bitching about Nintendo, but the reason why we bitch is because we want them to improve. You know?
We bitch because we care.
We bitch because we care about the games that we like from them that other people that we realize or at least know they will enjoy. I don't know.
Or the games that hold a significant history for the company that we feel are mismanaged because we grew up with titles that at least revolved around. Like Metroid Prime.
Or
if they made that an expansion pass thing,
oh,
pretty mad.
Oh no! Like I'm
here's the GameCube expansion pass. Now you can play Echoes.
Yeah. Or like, oh god, imagine they add the GameCube to the expansion pass, and they like don't add Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I'm gonna say this right now, if in the event that things like that do happen, I might want to see if people could start a petition about Nintendo revising their online choices, because this is absolutely anti-consumer in almost every facet.
I mean, there's a reason as an investor I still don't own any Nintendo stock. I may love the company, but even owning a few shares, I know my vote would not count for enough to actually help that company.
Yeah.
Like, I want to own Nintendo stock, but I don't.
So this is Byleth. Femme Byleth is hot. Lace is.
Tell me she's a mage.
No, well, I mean, technically you can make them any class you want in Fire Emblem Three Houses proper.
We're gonna stand. We're
Dude.
gonna fight, and we're gonna avenge the captain.
Dear
okay,
God,
she
okay.
attacks fast. But
Yeah, she's.
Like, with that armor design, I'm sorry. What armor? Dude, you're going to dodge.
Well,
play this like a Souls game. Roll.
Well, Jordan, here's the problem. This is meant to be like a stomp down fight. She's meant to be this tough.
Not wrong.
Like,
but...
do you see the damage I'm doing versus her?
Hey, you were one of the first people to figure out you could beat the first boss in DMC 5 and actually get like an alternative opening.
Right, but I didn't. Yeah, but I didn't do it. I couldn't do it.
The spirit of doing it is still within you. You can do it.
You're not.
Beat Violet.
You're not. You can't Shia LaBeouf me into doing this, man. This waifu is.
Through the woods, it's Shia LaBeouf.
Fighting.
Well, sadly, she's won. Also, my friend's playing Hyrule Warriors. Speaking of other warriors.
I will not allow it to perish with you.
So the other deal about this game is that when you play as Byleth in Three Houses, you sort of team up with a goddess and are given the ability to turn back time. So main character person here is also giving the ability of a goddess of something, like an opposing force.
Where did you get that power?
Witness my true power!
No idea. But it's just what I need to bring you down.
But yeah, this Violet in the context of the Three Houses universe. Oh my god, really? Wow. She's toughy.
We're here to help.
No escape!
Geralt's mercenaries appeared. Violet temporarily fled back to assess the situation. Okay.
Man, I like this magic design of whatever is happening here, but how's the music?
You know, with my air conditioner going off in the background, kind of hard to hear. I'll have to listen back to the video to really say, but Fire Emblem is known for good music, and so is Dynasty Warriors, so...
Yeah, just, I was like, you know, how much of a bop's going on here?
Right. How much of a kid's bop is going on here?
You might want to turn around and kill the she-witch.
Okay, now my god's power Jo crystal is run out.
Hey, wait.
Why? We've achieved our goal. Your job was to stop us, and you failed.
What was your goal?
Another
To
time.
stop them from getting somewhere, I guess.
I have no clue.
Hey.
Oh, okay,
We're
her
not
sleeves
done
aren't
here.
that bad. They just kind of like hang like a mini cape behind her.
I know, but it's like, why not just make it a normal cape?
I mean, you're right. Capes are freaking dope.
That's why Ike has a cape, Marth has a cape, Roy has a cape, Crom has a cape.
Maybe
Lucina-
because this is like going closer to like Elizabethan fashion directions, in which
Clayball.
in which case some of the capes of that era were actually like
Where am
cloaks and had sleeves.
Oh, good.
Like you
You're
just could
awake.
tuck your
Not
arms
sure I
into
would've
the
been able
sleeves,
to
wear it
sleep
like a
at night
coat,
with your blood
or
on my
you could
hands.
use your brooch pin and not put your arms in the sleeves and wear it as a
Jack!
cape.
Speaker's
Who
name.
are you?
Ha! Now that is a tricky question. For the moment,
So yeah, this
why
seems to
don't
be
you
your
call me
opposing
Arvel?
goddess to like the goddess you team up with in
Arvel,
Three Houses
huh?
proper.
But for now,
I mean,
let me
looks
speak
pretty
plain. You are slated to die.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're
Right
slated
now,
to die.
and the only thing holding
Yeah,
your
it's again
meager
similar to
life
Three
together
Houses.
is
Like
to
you
be blunt,
have an
it's
inciting
beginning
incident
to
that
tire
almost gets you killed, then you're given the ability to turn back time.
Thank you.
Oh, my. That's the first time anyone has ever shown me gratitude.
Okay, so
I
if I
must
just
say,
worship you a little
I
because
like
you're a
it
god,
very
you'll
much.
pretty much give me whatever I want. Got it.
Hear me well. You
Oh, if only
are a
whatever that
crucial
simple.
piece of this world's cyclical. Yeah. No, this will never do. You're far too groggy to absorb what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I did nearly get
For now,
killed.
I needn't tell you how you'll get back on your feet. I need only convince you that you will.
Back on my feet?
I don't understand. I'm already
Back
up
on my
and about.
tootsies?
Perhaps
Get
here
on them
you
beans.
are, but not in reality, where it counts.
Get back on your human beans. What the
Your foolishness is actually
fuck?
quite charming. I think you're starting to grow on me.
But yeah, what I was mentioning earlier about the the penchant that they just have to not to
And
throw
what
so
should
many of the
that
older
be?
games under the rug.
Recall,
and
please,
the
how
thing
the
is, I
ashen
think
demon bested you.
they had an
Came within
effort
inch of snuffing
to
out your
give some
life.
sense of revitalization to their old games,
If
to
you
the old
attempt to
Fire
fight
Emblem
again
games in
the same
particular,
way, you will reach
with
the same
Echoes,
conclusion.
Shadows of Valentia. That
This would
game
force me to
was
step
a
in once
remake
more, which
of
would be
Fire
most
Emblem
annoying
Gaiden,
and
which was
also
the
rather
second Fire Emblem
counterproductive,
game.
if I'm honest.
And even though it did not sell well, and Nintendo's probably not going to acknowledge it for the rest of existence, because if it don't do big sales, it don't matter anymore. Which is a fucking shame, because Shadows of Valentia kicks ass. It's really it has its flaws for certain, but in an overall sense, it's a really good remake of a game. So what I was hoping was like, oh, the Echoes moniker could be used to bring over old Fire Emblem games that never made it to the West, like Genealogy of the Holy War, Thracia 776, the sequel to Shadow Dragon, remaking Shadow Dragon for this new format. But it didn't happen because the sales figures didn't show, and Nintendo just see sale figure go down, they go, okay, no. Just I don't know, man. I just... Nintendo's the most frustrating company to be interested in ever.
Sometimes.
Then I'll get stronger.
Ugh.
The man I am now will
But yeah, Warriors only had Fates. Like, they only had two characters that weren't Fates Awakening and Shadow Dragon related, and they were Lyn from the first Western translated Fire Emblem game, which I think was the sixth one? No, seventh. It was the seventh one.
I thought you to be more
and
sentimental.
Celica, who
Did
was
they
from
not
Shadows
take
of
you in?
Valentia,
Care for
that
you?
I mentioned earlier. So,
Gold's the only thing that ever held us
and
together.
it felt like those
Death
two
is
were just
something we're all
included
too
because
used to.
because they just were like, oh no,
I
we
never knew
know
my
the
real
older
parents, and
we're
I
not
lost
just
nothing
on
raising
these
me.
three. See, there's
Parties
these
just
two, and
come
it's
easy
like,
to me,
well,
I
are you
guess.
gonna add Ike? Are you gonna add
best way to
Leaf?
honor
Are
my
you gonna
fallen
add
comrades is by
Sealith?
training
Are you
hard
going
and
to
growing
add
even
Sigrun?
stronger.
Are you gonna add Soren
trust
from
James
Path of
mercenaries
Radiance?
and
Are you gonna
absolute
add all these
with
other cool characters from these
what
other
I'm going to live
games
for now.
that you just seem to not care about?
but I
No,
like your
then we're
skill.
not gonna buy this
Though
game
I
because you
expected
clearly have
less
the
from
wrong
my partner
mindset here.
Destiny.
But they don't see it as like, oh, our fans
sorry,
aren't liking
what?
this because they want better
Yes, I
representation of
suppose
this
that
franchise
was
as a
a bit
whole.
sudden.
They're thinking,
I should
oh, they're just not
remember,
interested in the
take
product
intimacy in
or the type of
smaller
product it
steps.
is.
Yeah.
The point is that I'm
So,
here to guide
yeah.
you, and I promise to help you find the
It's
strength to see your dreams realized.
It's frustrating. It really is. It definitely makes the brain just swell until brain go no bigger.
Prologue. A chance.
So what did you
encounter.
think of your first level?
First level,
The continent of
I can
Fodlan,
probably understand that
said
there are
to
going to
be
be some
protected by a
intricacies to the
goddess,
combat that are
has
going to be a bit
existed for
lost to me
uncountable
because,
ages.
you know,
Now,
when you
three
see a Muso
ruling
game, you
powers
typically just
control the
think,
land.
hit Y for a bit,
To the south
then hit
is a
X, or hit
region
Y,
held for
and
more
just
than
do
1,000
simple combos and
years by
things,
the
but
Adrestian
there's
Empire.
depth to it. I'm just going to be missing it a lot.
To the north is the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
So,
ruled by
Jordan,
the royal family
I would
and
recommend,
its knights.
despite, you know, what I said everything earlier, Three Houses
And
is
to the east,
probably one of the
League
better
of
new
Nobles
Fire Emblem
that
games
bends
that's
no knee,
out right now.
rules the Leicester
And,
Alliance.
Uh,
Though
mostly
once
because the
consumed in
world
war,
building in this game is really
these
good,
three
and the
powers
characters are
now
also
exist
really
in
nice.
relative harmony.
Really well done characters. So you have things
Nestled
like
between them is
a
Gallic
northern
Monastery,
Holy Kingdom,
seat of the Church of Saros,
a
the
alliance
land's
that
widely
is essentially
practiced
made up
faith,
of multiple
and a
noble
power
houses that
helps to
help
maintain
direct their
peace across
alliance's
the continent.
future, and an empire to
far
the
from
south that
monastery,
essentially has a massive
at the northern
dynasty.
edge of the
And right in the
empire
center of everything
is a
is a
small
big-ass
village called
monastery
Vermeer.
that essentially
West of this
oversees all
place
of them because
stretches
they just have a
afar
shit ton
where
of
the
power.
lone mercenary awaits.
All right.
So there's a lot of really interesting developments that do happen in Three Houses. Some of which
Hey, wake up.
you don't expect from a game that
How many
looks
times must
like
we do
this. Does that make
Get
sense?
Up already.
It does look very anime for what it's worth.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's like it looks like this,
could've
but then
sworn I
there are
heard
some
someone
character
calling me.
moments that you realize
dark
when
out
that you see when you read their supports and you go
Yes,
through their
I was
character arcs, and
calling
it's
you.
like,
Many
oh,
times, I might
oh, this
add.
character. Oh, wow. Okay, so this one's not just the flirty one. This one's
I
got
told you
this
not to
guy's
sneak
got
up
some
on me
real
like
depth
that.
to him, or this girl who's
As if I have a
shy,
choice.
reserved, and probably scared of her own shadow.
Do you know
has
how
her
many
reasons to
times
be
you
scared
would
of her
die
own
by
shadow
now,
and
if
also
not for
reserved
me.
and be
I'll
trying to be
tell
out
you,
of the way from everything.
22. The 3 times you leapt off a cliff to quote-unquote get tougher saved you. Those 5 mad attempts to dispatch a
Oh,
horde
okay,
of
so main
monsters
character
by yourself
main character
saved
person's
you.
kind of a dunce.
And
He's a
tonight,
himbo.
despite my repeated warnings,
And
you took
and
the
if you
wrong
go with the
path
female
and ended
version,
up
a
having to
herbo.
sleep on a bed of leaves in the middle
Herbie.
of the woods.
Or actually, no. Actually, this guy's... If he's not super ripped, is he really a himbo? Because that would probably be more of a himbim situation.
Maybe a himbim, yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't even have to explain what a himbim is.
I'll take that to mean I
got
touched
you.
a nerve. At any rate, we all make a few mistakes
But yeah,
along the way. And
I'm
by
probably
we,
gonna
I mean you.
go for possibly a
And
little
by
longer
few,
because
I mean
I spent a long
far more
time
than
ranting
average.
about Nintendo. So
I mean, we
Now then,
started,
with
let me
that out
look,
of the way,
clock, like
would you like to
maybe
know why I've roused
40
you
minutes
from your
ago, so another
mud-caked
20
slumber?
minutes, and, you know, that'd be an hour, you were good.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
it's
I want to at
probably
least
easier
show
to
more
show
characters
rather
than
than
just
tell at
Byleth
this
and main
point.
character person.
Look over there.
Yeah,
if you
that's
would.
understandable.
But yeah, there are gonna... If you ever do get 3
Stop plowing
houses...
ahead, Claude.
Oh yeah, here's the leader of the
You're going to
houses
get
right
us
here.
lost.
Dimitri.
Lost, schmost.
You like
We
Dimitri?
got it on imperial
Hey, I know
authority
nothing about
that
him, but
this
he
is
wears
the way to the
blue, so
village.
it can't be bad.
Oh,
True,
well,
I said there was
fans
a
of the
village,
game
but how
will
could anyone know
definitely...
where it is in the thick of
Like,
these
they'll
mountains?
give you... You know, whenever you say like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch this show and I like this character so far," and you have people that, and you have those douches that in the comments that just go, "Should we tell them?" That kind of thing.
That's where you're at right now?
Yeah.
Someone's here. Another bandit, perhaps?
They're mistaking you for some common backwater thief. What cheek.
Hold on there. I'm no bandit. I'm a mercenary.
Well, that makes everything better.
So the first time I played Three Houses, I went with Claude's house because I liked the sound of the Lesser Alliance more than, you know, monarchies and
We've no
empires.
time for an interrogation. Our pursuers are closing in.
Yeah.
I don't know who you people are or what you want, but I think introductions can wait. You clearly need every blade you can find, and my pockets have been feeling awfully light lately. What do you say?
All right. So we have to beat off their pursuers.
No.
Well, since you're here, do you mind stepping in and helping us chase off these scary bandits?
Don't worry about
Oh, so you're okay. So you
You'll
just have
receive
this. It's
plenty of
the
gold.
sword. It's not just a super move
You'll
exclusive
survive.
thing now.
Yeah, the gods essentially blessed your blade.
Oh, cool. Changing classes and new abilities. Main character person changed classes and is now a flugel?
I'd say flugel. Yeah,
Flugel?
flugel.
Main character man learned a unique ability. There are 3 types of unique abilities: action, support, and tactical. During battle, press L and X to check the class and unique abilities of the unit you are currently controlling. Shadow Flash. Okay. God, I feel so sorry for people whose switches they didn't clean out or, God forbid, like, are just filled with bullshit.
Costas.
Yeah, this is the first boss you encounter, so to speak, in Three Houses.
Fighting for them now, are ya? You can die with your new friends!
Alright, so I got a gun for this person. Advantage icons. They will be displayed on the minimap above enemy commanders' heads, and you have an effect that offers you an advantage against them. The more advantageous effects, the more up arrows there will be, and the easier it will be to decrease their stun gauge. Okay, so this is how they implement the weapon triangle in something like this.
Let me show you a trick for dealing with heavily
And
defended
Edelgard here wields axes, which are good against spears.
Would you say that system seems to be in place here?
Well, I mean, considering that I have an axe against the spear user, and the spear user went down more easily against Edelgard, I'd say yes.
Yeah. Alright.
Now, what I'm wondering is, how do you switch characters?
Take a breather.
I'll take over.
Ah, up on the D-pad. Good to know.
Watch this.
Take a breather.
Okay, so I don't have control over Dimitri or Claude yet. But yeah, Dimitri is spears, Edelgard's axe, and Claude is bows. Use up or down to change characters. Dimitri is a soldier class with a strong advantage against sword-wielding enemies, so switch to him when fighting enemies with swords.
Watch this.
I've awaited this moment. I won't allow anyone to stop me.
But yeah, Dimitri is also a fan favorite for a lot of people, especially for those that play through the Blue Lions story.
But it was you or me?
Just who are these people anyway? All three of them have crests.
What's wrong with you? They're just a bunch of brats. Stop embarrassing yourself and stand your ground already.
Okay. So far, you know, plays fine.
Is it Claude time?
Ah, here's where I'm gonna have to play as Claude, because it's a Wyvern Rider, and
His weapon's better against that?
yeah, flying enemies are weak against bows.
Ah.
Extra effective, you have 3 tiers greater advantage against the enemy, you deal greater damage, and the stun gauge goes higher. Examples of skills that grant enemies versus armored class such as armored knights, cavaliers, okay. Alright.
No problem, I got it. I'm a master of strategy, but I'm not really used to being on the
Miss,
front lines.
miss,
You have a thing for bleeding,
miss.
Dimitri? Heal up already.
Vulneraries. Press R and B to use a vulnerary and restore your HP. Okay.
As you
That was cool.
Hey, got lucky there. Well, lucky for me, I guess. Not so much for you.
So yeah, Claude's just kind of the weird tactician guy that would do really weird and random things to his enemies.
Take down the strongholds as we go.
I'll take over.
Try and keep an eye on who we're fighting, and make sure we've got the right person leading the charge at the right time.
And, I mean, I guess you can tell by his design that a lot of people could gravitate towards him pretty easily, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Press D-pad during the battle to issue orders. From here, you can use A to select units and issue orders. You can order units to move to selected location, attack enemies and capture enemy strongholds, guard against allies, and defend ally stronghold, not against allies. And you heal using vulneraries. You can use auto. Okay, so this is where the management stuff would come into line.
Let's try this.
To make sure that people don't die in the
Let's see how this
battlefield,
goes.
and I guess after a certain chapter amount, they can die permanently. You know, as is
Yeah.
as is Fire Emblem tradition.
That would seem right.
They must learn who they're
You've
up
issued to all your
against.
allies. Use main character man to capture remaining strongholds. Okay.
All right, take it down. This will help secure our victory.
This is satisfying, I will say.
Done before we know it if they're all like
Looking
this.
forward.
It's kind of like the bubble wrap of video games. That's the best way that I could probably ever describe the Muso experience. It's like bubble wraps. You know, you're popping a bunch of things at once, and then when it's all taken care of, it's just really satisfying.
Defenses? Enough of this strategy nonsense.
Break pots. To find one on the battlefield, receive gold or recovery items depending on the color of the pot.
Get out there and tear them all to pieces.
Cool.
Okay, how many thugs does this guy have working for him anyway?
Out of the way.
Oh, hello.
Like that design.
Repent, foul
A little
knights.
overly bulky,
The
but
Knights of
I like
Saros
it.
are here.
Yeah, he's meant to be like a big knight commander guy.
Terrorizing our
Yeah,
students.
that's kind of cool looking.
Was practically won if the knights have arrived.
The Knights of Saros! Not now! If I don't kill at least one of them, Press, I'm finished!
Watch out. They're gonna make a last-ditch effort to rush our position.
Okay. Now I'll go defeat Big Bandit Men. Select all-out offensive from orders, and all available units will attack a selected target. This is a good option for when you simply want to overwhelm the enemy with forces. Alright.
I've got
There.
this.
This is where you
So they should probably join me soon enough.
form ranks and capture those bandits. Quickly!
Yeah, this tornado move's a little disgusting. When the awakening gauge is filled, press R and A to awaken. Your unit will remain awakened until the gauge depletes. Okay, so Rage of the Gods modes. Make the stun gauge appear. Alright. Pick up blue tonics, damage enemies, execute. Okay. Wow, there are a lot. There's a lot here.
Maybe you can channel it like you did in the other battle.
Like, you can't really say most of the games are... Well, you can. They are really simple at the end of the day, but like
Right, but there
a lot
are-
of good systems in them that make them compelling to play.
Right. It's just, yeah, this is essentially just like showing how deep it can get. But I guess if you just want to go with brass tacks of like, oh, I don't want to be completionist person or do these things, you can just simply have your fun, mash, and pop bubble wrap, essentially. That's honest to God the best way I could probably put it.
That's right, baby.
Okay, your battle rank is determined by 3 factors: completion time, enemies defeated, and damage taken. Additionally, the first time you complete a quest, you'll receive a first-time reward. You'll also receive S-ranked rewards the first time you achieve S-rank as your result. Oh, I feel so sorry for Gerard.
Gotta keep aiming higher.
So,
Right.
what makes you feel sorry?
Well, because Hyrule Warriors was one of the hardest games he ever had to complete on his channel, so I'm picturing how tough this has to be to get S ranks on everything, and you get special bonuses if you get it S rank the first time. Yeah. Defeating enemies to gain experience, leveling up your units, and improving their stats. A unit, okay. Yep, I understand. Wait, what's Charm? Affects drain rate of a battalion's endurance. Huh? That's an odd one.
I won't let myself stop.
The unit who performed the best will receive MVP, along with additional experience. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, I kind of wish that was a thing in other Fire Emblem. I hope in the next Fire Emblem game they keep that idea, because that's a good one.
Well,
'Cause, like-
sounds pretty nice.
Because typically, when a unit, like the unit that you typically want to level up the quickest, or at least the earliest you can, are the lords, because if they're level 1, some of them might not end up being very viable. So you give them like a special weapon that's good against the bosses to level up to level them up super quickly. But if you have MVP units gain experience for being the MVP of a battle, that could really help with leveling up units that need it, or things along those lines. That's actually a really nice idea. I don't know if it's been in previous games, but that's a nice idea. Combat arts and magic will level up after they have been used a set number of times. This will make them stronger and reduce weapon durability loss when they are used. Okay. Any units participating in a battle will receive class experience post-battle. If this raises their class level, they may acquire new combat arts, magic, or abilities, and their weapon level may increase. When a unit's weapon level increases, they'll be able to equip more powerful weapons. They'll be able to attack more times consecutively. Okay, so level up your weapon stuff to be able to gain more combo potential. Good to know. Okay, this stuff I already know about. It's going to involve the gifts and/or trading items and/or stat boosting items. Wow, this is a lot to absorb within the
You're
prologue.
Seriously the Imperial Princess, the crown
Almost
prince,
an hour
and the heir
in,
to the Alliance?
so at least they're, you know, kind of pacing it well.
Yeah, I guess so.
My name is Edelgard von Hresvelg.
But yeah, she's like heir to the Empire. He's heir to he's heir to a kingdom. And though they don't have a monarchy, they have someone that acts as kind of an overseer to a council to make sure none of them get a little too big for their britches, and he's heir to that.
We put those bandits to flight.
Claude is.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
Bit of a
yeah.
miracle we ran into you out there, but hey, I'll take it.
Play it cool.
Oh, I'm sure the three of you could have handled the situation just fine without me.
No need for false humility. We'd likely have perished if not for your help.
Well, aren't they an unlikely trio? I wonder why those bandits were after them.
But yeah, this mirrors how
It's no concern
you
of
essentially
ours.
meet
We
them
have our own
in
plans to
Three
attend
Houses
to.
regular, because they do also approach
Now,
main
collect
character,
your pay
the main
and be
Byleth
off
and
before they get a wild idea
Gerald's
and
mercenaries
ask
to
you
be like,
join them.
we're being chased by bandits. We need you to help us.
Do you know where I can find Ramire Village? I took a wrong turn somewhere along the way. I'm looking for a band of hardened mercenaries who follow a man named Gerald. I hear rumors that's where they're camped.
Actually, Ramire might just be the village we've been looking for, too. That ring a bell, Edelgard? I don't remember hearing anything
The
about
only real
mercs,
flaw
but-
that I can recall with
The
Three
name
Houses
sounds
was that the
correct.
animations and visuals were kind of
Gerald's too smart to get smoked out by a
samey
bunch of
and not
rumors.
as polished
All I've got
as
at the moment.
I wished they would be. Like,
In any
I
case,
understand it's a
we
very
won't find
personal
our own
problem, but the
feet in all
backgrounds in
this
Three
stuff.
Houses,
We should
when it
return
came to
to
like
camp
these
and
kind
get
of
our bearings
cutscenes in
before-
that game, they looked very stretched out. Like, they looked very stretched out and wonky. And then there were also matters of reused animations for different characters. But considering how large the cast of Three Houses is,
Who? Me?
yeah, that makes sense. It's like reusing voice actors. You can't just get unique things for everybody because that will essentially drive your team to having no muscles left on their fingers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, overall, I think this game looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks fine, and for the most part, it ran pretty well. There were a couple stutters, but the Switch is not known for being a powerhouse. It's known for take game on go, have fun, yay.
Pretty much, yeah. So if it do that,
This
it
is
do good.
clearly the wisest
Right.
course of action.
The only thing is
Not
that
to
if
mention that I would enjoy conversing with
the
you
only
further.
the only difference would be that if a Nintendo
But of
game tries to
course, the
claim
choice is
for its
yours.
good animations and high quality stuff, only for it to, you know, have the rug pulled out from under them.
Ugh, why can't things ever be simple?
All right, let's go with
All right.
them.
No, but just for the night.
Perfect. Then might I borrow you for a moment after we reach camp? There's a matter we must speak about. Nothing alarming, I promise you.
A lot of people make fun of Edelgard for the billboard forehead.
Yeah.
But,
Like,
if I may,
I've seen,
did I hear
you
you
know that
mention
that
Gerald
video
earlier?
of the guy who posted his
Yes.
haircut
Do you know him?
and was like, oh,
He
you
heads
know,
up a
my
pretty
head
elite
shape's a
band
little
of
weird, but at the
mercenaries,
end of the
so
day, I think I look
imagine
alright. You know, I
it's
think I
all
look
over
handsome,
for
right?
by now.
Apparently not. You see what they're doing to me?
Mercenaries, is it?
They're playing tic-tac-toe on my fucking forehead. People have made that kind of joke, but with Edelgard.
Gerald myself, after I've seen my duties through, of course. After all,
Wait,
if
this
I don't
Gerald.
finish my assigned tasks,
What?
I'm mission the point.
So is this a timeline where? What?
Get it? Missing mission. Come now, this is good stuff.
Oh yeah, Alois is known for
That's
terrible
our
jokes
Alois.
too.
Come on,
He's
let's
kind
get
of like
moving before
the
it's going.
he's kind of like the custard pie in the face type of dad character in the game. Just awful, just really cringy dad humor. Okay, so address you in camp. Okay, battle prep. After a battle, you'll be able to interact with your allies at camp. Press A when you're near a unit to talk to them. Okay. So they pretty much have everybody from the game here.
Hey!
Welcome to our humble base camp. Okay, so this game's not fully voiced. It's just cutscene voiced. I assume you are familiar...
That's something.
Yeah, it's something. 3 people you assisted earlier are the heads of the Academy's 3 houses. But you'll find other students, teachers, and even members of the Knights of Saros here at this camp. I fear you caught us in the middle of an annual outdoor activity carried out at the beginning of the Academy school year.
That's concerning.
But the situation became quite the mess when that band of brigands attacked us. I wish we could chat at length, but it seems the 3 class heads wish to speak to you.
What say you?
Alas, I cannot keep you all to myself. This is a great opportunity for you to bond with your rescuees.
Let's see.
I almost said recess, and I was like, no, that's not the right word. All right, so let's start with the house that I went with, the Golden Deer. So Claude's over there. I'll talk to him in a bit. This is Leonie. She's the tomboy. Aren't you the merc who helped Claude and the others? I'm actually gunning to become a mercenary myself. That's why I enrolled at the Officers Academy.
Right on.
In that case, I hope we end up working together. Thanks, I'll give it all I got. I'm going to work myself to the bone so I can just be as strong as the captain someday. Okay, so fun fact about her is that in the original game, people make a joke that she just wants to bang the main character's dad because of her character arc and when you talk to her in her supports, and it's like it's an easy joke to make. Again, you'll get it when you play the game yourself.
Yeah, I mean, with my backlog, we'll see when I get it. But
right. So support points signify the strength of a bond between 2 units. Units gain support points by having appropriate answers in conversations, performing actions that make the other happy, or heading into battle together. So essentially, I gave her an answer she liked. She has a higher support thing, so at some point there's a chance that I could have a support conversation with her. This is Lawrence. He has a terrible haircut.
It's you.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Ah, you must be the famed mercenary of the woods. As a noble representative of the Leicester Alliance, I must offer you my thanks. Present for details. Oh, I thought it was House Regan who represented the Alliance. On the surface, perhaps, but the reality of the thing is quite different. The one who bears the future of the Leicester Alliance on his shoulders is none other than myself. Yeah, he's kind of a posturing, noble kind of guy. You can tell as much because he's got a rose on his chest. All right, this is this is Marianne. She's kind of the wallflower.
Hello.
You're that mercenary everyone talks about. Main character man, was it? You're not attempting to curry favor with children of the nobility in pursuit of nefarious aim, are you? No. I just saw folks in trouble and helped them. Didn't even know they were noble until afterwards. I see. And do you think our mercenary friend is someone worthy of trust, Marianne? What, me? Either way, we need to get going. We're busy. You want to know Himbo? Here's Himbo. This is Raphael.
Raphael, yeah. He's strong.
He's a likable dude.
He looks strong.
He likes to eat and likes big meaty meals.
Hey, you're a new face. Hey, you're a new face. Are you a student from one of the other houses?
You must be the mercenary we've been hearing so much about. What's your name again?
Right on.
I'm main character man. Good to meet you. What house are you guys with?
No problem.
We're in Claude's house, the Golden Deer, but we're just regular old common folk.
Due to the nature of the Leicester, we have more students from the commoner class than the other houses.
Please?
I'd imagine you're a commoner yourself, what with being a mercenary and all. So yeah, commoners at least have some equal enough standing with the noble houses in the whole Golden Deer situation. And this is Hilda, a lot of people's favorite. Are you the mercenary who helped Claude out of that little jam? I heard you're super strong.
I'm not into that, but okay.
Again, it's one of those things where first impressions can be a bit off, but once you get to her character, you'll understand why. So I was kind of picturing you in most of the huge bodybuilders or something. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm your average guy. Too average if you ask me. Ow! Ow! Oh, come on, I'm just joking. You're pretty easy to talk to. I couldn't help myself. That doesn't excuse... You just... Ow! You just called me boring. That's mean. Okay, so... Next is the Black Eagle House. Edelgard's over there. This is Lindhart and Caspar. Caspar is also... Actually, Caspar is more of a himbim. Look, I get that you're tired, but we're leaving at the crack of dawn, remember? And Lindhart here is Sleepy Boy.
I like Lindhart a bit more.
The bandit attack stole my chance for sleep, so I must... And who might you be? My name's Main Character Man, just passing Merc. Got caught up in the fight.
What?
Wait, you're the one who took out their boss? That was awesome. I should have given chase and knocked them around myself, but oh well. So Caspar's whole deal is that he's like the second son of a noble, so therefore he's not gonna have any real significant future. So he just tries to earn a name for himself in battle.
Makes sense.
And this is Dorothea.
Hello.
She's also a fan favorite.
I mean, better design, yes.
You must be the new mercenary AD told us about. I'm Dorothea. You've heard about the Officers Academy, right? We pretty much are... All of this year's students from the Black Eagle House are here at the moment. Well, except for Bernadetta, which is sadly typical. She stayed inside because she was terrified of the idea that we might be attacked in the woods. Can't believe she ended up being right. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to ramble. Has anyone ever told you you're surprisingly easy to talk to? Thanks. Ah, this is Hubert. This is Edelgard's right-hand man, so to speak. Kind of like the Snape type of dude.
Yeah, he definitely has that kind of vibe to him. Like, he's capable, you can tell that much.
Yeah, you're the mercenary we happened across.
My thanks.
While I harbor some reservations about you, the fact remains that you assisted Lady Edelgard. For that, I offer my gratitude. Happy to help, although I wouldn't mind some details about the whole reservations part.
Right.
My thoughts are mine alone. You need not concern yourself with the matter. Basically, he's like Edelgard alone. And this is Ferdinand.
Look who has
He's a lot like...
Ferdinand was supposed to be a bull, but okay.
Ferdinand's kind of a joke character to a lot of people because when you use him in battle, his literal first quote that he says when you pick him is, "I am Ferdinand von Eyre." And he's also a posturing noble.
I mean, makes sense.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate scion of the Eyre family, the foremost house of the Empire. Claim you've never heard of him.
It cannot be.
My stars, you have truly not heard of the House of Eyre? I should think even a base sellsword such as yourself would have a passing familiarity.
I am on it.
Clearly, I must work harder as a beacon to the common folk so they might cry the name of my family from one end of the continent to the other. So,
I can respect that.
So a tragic thing, the actor who played as Ferdinand in Three Houses and in this game passed away recently.
R.I.P.
Yeah, Bill Kametz was his name. He passed away at 35 from stage 4 colon cancer.
No, that's a killer right there. That's really sad.
Yeah, rest in peace to him. Very talented actor, played in a lot of roles that I recognize. Very good at his craft. So much respect to him, and yeah, just figured I'd let people know. Inform you, I guess. Inform you about it too.
I mean, that's sad news, dude.
Yeah, it is, but I just figured I'd at least inform, you know.
Oh yeah.
And this is Petra. She is a foreign student from like an archipelago, I believe. And she doesn't have a good grasp of the language in the game, so she has a really stilted speech pattern. So if you see weird grammar stuff, that's why. It's intentional.
Okay, well, her design, she seems pretty cool.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am finding you to be quite fascinating.
Right on.
Hi, I'm Main Character Man. I'm technically a mercenary, though I guess right now I'm kind of a drifter.
That has much
I do not have
difficulty.
understanding. where are you drifting to?
Yeah.
Through the world, you know, just sort of kicking around with no real end goal. So, certain concepts advance, sort of fly over her head. She's kind of like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, except as a cute anime girl.
We should make her Mary Poppins. Who's that chick in the long robe at the tent you just passed?
I will get to her once I'm done with the Blue Lions here.
Okay. Just letting you know, you're starting to get over an hour now.
Okay, once I finish all the character introductions, that's where I'll end it, because I figured this would take a bit.
No problem. Just thought I'd remind you.
So this is Sylvain. He's a flirt.
He looks like a flirt. Honestly, that might be my character. Yeah, I can see that.
Though, as I said, like Hilda, he's got a lot of depth to him. Once you see his character, you'll be like, oh, now I see. That kind of thing. So you're the one who helped Dimitri, right? Well, we all owe you for that, so if you need a meal, it's on me.
I appreciate it.
And this is Ingrid. She's kind of just like, oh, I want to be a knight to be a figurehead for people. Just, again, you get to see more of her as you go through the regular game. So, again, that's going to be the mantra. If you play Three Houses and you know these characters, you'll understand it. But you haven't, so it makes it... So I'm trying not to spoil too much about their arcs. Even though I may have spoiled a couple, but again, I don't know when you'll get to Three Houses.
It'll be a while, but yeah.
Yeah, Ingrid's cool. I remember her being really good when I played through the Blue Lions route. Well, if I got your name. Name's main character, man. Keep it in mind in case you ever need a heavy hitter. I'll do that. And while it's unfortunate we're parting ways here, I suspect we may have a chance to meet again in the future.
Not good.
A shame we don't have the time to get to know each other a little better, though. Okay, who next? This is Dedu. He's Dimitri's right-hand man.
My thanks.
He is also
Pretty good design too, yeah.
He is also of a foreign, from a foreign country, and he's also he's a big fan favorite for a lot of people. He's awesome. Dedu's really cool, and he's just one of the best characters in the game, at least to me. You assisted His Highness and have my gratitude. I will see this debt repaid. Oh, I just chipped in a little at the end there. No. Little or no, I must offer thanks. To be honest, I'd like to treat you to a meal, but we lack the time. But yeah, Dedu's cool. Let's see. Here's Marianne and Annette. A lot of people like both of them. They're really nice. Oh, you're that mercenary. It's great to meet you. I'm Annette, and this is my best friend Mercedes.
Hello there.
It's nice to make your acquaintance. Have you already spoken with the others? Fun enough, I actually met the actress who played her at a convention. She was really nice.
Cool.
Most of them, yeah. You've got a real cast of characters here.
The thing is...
Wasn't someone a go-getter?
That's right.
We haven't even talked to everyone yet, but that's only because we just started at the academy, too. You probably know them better than we do. And this is Felix. He's an asshole.
Okay. He does have a man bun, so...
Well, I mean, again... When you see his character, he's kind of like...
When you see a man bun...
How do I put this? He's kind of like Coke Zero Virgil. Does that make sense?
I mean, I guess...
Like, he's
like
just...
Coke Zero, so how dare you?
Okay, then, he's like Coke Vanilla Virgil. There you go.
There you go.
Like, not... Like, he's a version of Virgil that's... Not as, like... He's just a different version of Virgil. You're the new Merc, right? Main character man? The boar says you had some skills, so you have to give me a demonstration before we head out.
Okay.
Who's the boar? Don't worry about it. He's not your problem. And then... There he is. And this is Ash. He is the goodest boy of the Blue Lions.
Okay.
Like, he's kind of like the puppy of the group. You must be the mercenary I've been hearing about. I'm Ash. I'm a student from Garrick Mach. Do you know about the academy? See, there are 3 houses, each based where the person is from. Tell him, I've heard. One of my employers a little ways back couldn't shut up about how he'd gone to the place. I could see that. A lot of influential nobles and royals from all over study at the academy. I actually find it pretty daunting to always be surrounded by the rich and powerful. It's a lot easier to talk to someone like you. All right, so that's all of the smaller characters from the games, from the houses that's not the heads. This is Hanneman. He is one of the instructors, and he's like the mage type guy.
Yeah.
I'm Hanneman, a professor of the Officers Academy. I heard tale of your recent exploits and wish to express my thanks. Oh, and on another matter, do you possess a crest? Okay, so to give a very, very brief explanation, crests are a thing that someone in this entry, only this entry, they're like a thing that a person is born with that gives them something of a slight enhancement to their abilities on the battlefield. So, like, depending on what kind you're born with, you can either do more, you either have, like, faster reflexes, better potency with magic, that kind of thing. In gameplay mechanics, it's like, oh, you get, you can suddenly do 5 more damage at random, or you, can heal slightly more, that kind of thing. Or you cause your opponents to not be able to attack you back. The explanation gets a bit deeper than that, but as I said, but as you said, we're running over an hour, so I'm trying to keep it as brief as I can. But this guy researches those because people can be born with those, but more often than not, the crest-born people are in nobility. I know practically nothing about crests, but I'm still pretty sure I'd know if I had one. Truly, you have never investigated the subject? People are always aware of the power of their own crest, you know. Listen well now. Crests are a power that dwells within the blood, and they are passed down through the generations from parent to child. Those with crests may excel at magic or perhaps have the ability to wield powerful weapons known as heroes' relics. You know that fancy axe that you saw, or some of the glowing weapons you saw in the intro cinematic?
Yeah.
Those were heroes' relics. You have to have a crest to wield them.
That's something.
Because if you don't, you could possibly turn into that giant turtle thing that was shooting lasers. If you were to come to my residence at the monastery, I could take the time to conduct a full investigation if you like. He gets a little obsessive. And Manuela. She is the mommy group. She is the mommy of the game.
Okay, that explains why I saw her.
Yeah. I've healed so many people today that I've never wanted to look at a bandage again. But yeah, she's not just mommy. She's like a wine mom kind of mom.
Hey.
And who do we have here? No, wait, don't say. Let me guess. You are a brave vagabond knight who appeared boldly to protect me from those brigands earlier.
Right on.
Oh yeah, that's me, all right. Oh, and the name's main character man, by the way. You're very kind to go along with my little Jade.
Well, hi.
Well, I'm Manuela, professor at the Officers Academy, a doctor, also a songstress of a world-renowned opera company. Though I have worked myself to the very bone today, right now I'm merely a sad, lonesome woman. Fun fact, her voice actress is the same voice actress for Ash from the Pokemon anime.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all of the characters. Very big cast. And we actually are missing a few people in the camp, but in an overall sense, that is everybody. So I'm going to save and then reach the title, and then that will be it for this video. Apologies this ran a bit long, but I wanted to give as much of a look into the, I don't know what you'd call this, like the shallow bits of this game.
All right.
Like kind of dip your toe in, so to speak. But yeah, I hope to at least play this demo a bit more, and I don't know, if I like it enough, I might get 3 hopes when it releases, sometime after it releases, because it seems interesting to have an alternate timeline, because I think this is the first time that we've gotten something of this nature. Like, a full-on alternate timeline game to an entry. It's so weird. But in any case, yeah, hope you all enjoyed this. The game comes out on the 24th, so it'll be out in a few days, so keep your eye out. And yeah, If you like this, be sure to like and subscribe on the video, and if you have any suggestions for demos for us to check out, be sure to leave them in the comments.
Good one, y'all.
Yeah, have a good one, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Open Couch Gaming for more video game antics.